I wanted to bring up what a college waitlist is. I know there's a lot of students that are seniors right now that may have been waitlisted, and just give you an idea of what exactly it means. So if you're a junior or younger and you're about to go into the college process, but also if you have been waitlisted already, what potentially to expect. Now, waitlist, I always have been able to use the analogy that it is like a wedding list. Well, if you're a student, you probably haven't had a wedding yet. But if you're a parent, you probably went through this process. You are going to have a wedding, and let's say you're going to have 200 seats that you need to fill at the wedding. Well, you're going to invite more than 200 people because you know people are going to decline the offer, right? So let's just say that you send out 300 invitations to the wedding and you get 150 people that have RSVP'd. Well, that's great. 50% of the people that you sent it out have committed to coming to the wedding, but you only have 150 seats filled. You have another 50 seats that you better fill. So that's when essentially, as a future bride and groom go through the list, you go to the B list, the people that you didn't invite yet, and you start inviting off of the B list to fill those 50 seats until you can kind of go a little bit smaller groups until you fill those exactly 50 seats. That's basically how a college wait list works. The school knows that they have to fill a number of seats. They will offer acceptance to a certain number of people, knowing that those people will also be committing to other schools. Those students will not always 100% commit to the school that they were offered acceptance to. You have to make a choice. So a school may have to fill 1,000 seats, but they may offer 3,000 acceptances. Once May 1st comes, they will have their commitment deadline, typically outside of this year with the FAFSA debacle. But when a commitment deadline comes, they know how many seats have been filled and how many they still need to fill. This is where the wait list comes in. So if you've been waitlisted, they're not saying you are not allowed to come to the school, but they're saying, well, we have to wait and see who else has committed and who else is coming and how many seats do we have left. And then after their commitment date, typically May 1st, is when you would find out if you've been accepted off the wait list. Now, you can commit to another school you have to commit to another school prior to that commitment deadline. But if you're accepted off of a school, if you're accepted off of the wait list to a school, you can still attend that school. It's not that it's really the only proper way to back out of a commitment after you've made a deposit to a school by that typical May 1st deadline. Now, if you have been waitlisted, you do want to do one thing and not much more. You basically want to send a letter to the school letting them know that you are still interested in attending that institution. But that's it. I saw a horrible TikTok story where an advisor had a student that was messaging admissions advisors on LinkedIn, went to the school directly and showed up in person asking to talk to somebody. And this student basically got a letter before May 1st saying, thank you so much for your interest, but we do not have a spot for you. And so essentially she was taken off the wait list because of her actions. So there's not a whole lot you can do other than just simply writing a great letter to the admissions department, letting them know that you still have high desire, high interest in attending that school so that they know that you aren't looking and saying, hey, you don't want me, I don't want to come to you, right? You still show them that you're interested in attending that school, but don't do anything more than that because it's just going to annoy that school, and they're going to end up saying to you, you know what, we're going to take you off that wait list, but you're not accepted. We don't think that you're the best fit for this school. So just a couple pieces of advice from those students that have been waitlisted. It's not that you've been rejected, right? It's just that you're on the wait list. You're on that B list for the wedding. Doesn't mean that you're not going to get that invitation and you still might have the time of your life. So don't rule it out just yet, but also know there's only so much you can do, and sometimes going the extra mile to try and get that acceptance won't actually work out in the end.